About half an hour, Bill should be here. The usual stuff, except for the camcorder.
So you're going to have the other one done?
Yeah, early in the year ago.
Terrific. Well, that's great. I'm glad to see that. Okay, we'll see you later.
Okay.
Yeah, grab a bag and I'll follow you down. I'm gonna. Bill, I just noticed, I always warn you about dog stuff. Just noticed a nice... Anyway, get a few shots of you driving. And it's still light. Maybe if we get down and get a few shots of going down by the loop. I'm not sure, but I have to use
Dark,
yeah.
On our penultimate gig.
Yeah, it's Francois Francois used to always say the end of the beans.
End of the what?
The end of the beans. I'm not sure if it was referring to just, you know, you have a can of beans in the end of the beans.
Or the money.
Or the money, or the, it's almost like that, reminds me of that Disney cartoon. It was a, Jack
and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk, and they're cutting up this bean.
Hey.
Yeah, right.
Person's license number. We videotape all
Yes,
our dark
yeah, we make
drives.
sure that if anything happens, we have a video
You
tape.
got you on tape if you
Let's see if I can
drive inappropriately.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I have to focus. If I'm going through glass, I have to take off the auto.
Oh, that's right. The
Yeah.
auto
Yeah.
focus on the glass.
Well, you never get a chance to do this unless you're not driving. Although I have some videotape from way back, and I had a I even jerry-rigged my my first Panasonic VHS in the back seat, hooked up to a black and white camera. So I've got some of the video going up to Chain Lakes and that kind of thing. And of course Nikki was with me, so I always had a.
It's nice that she doesn't have to wear those anymore.
Yeah, well, that's a big change.
And now that
she's going to have it'll be calling in January.
Yeah, she said after the first they're going to do the other eye, huh?
Yeah.
Terrific. Man.
So if that, I hope there's no change in that, by some policy or something that they have, but it looks like it's going to come to pass. So it's what is it? Forest Park. It's down near south of North Avenue. What the hell is it? Lake Street and Harlem area. It's kind of a cross. It's like a zone that's between real wealthy and not so wealthy area. It's a nice area.
It's kind of like Oak Park.
A clinic, and I can't think offhand. I'm trying to think of the name of the clinic. I got the number written down. But if you know anybody who is stuck,
and do they only do people with cataracts? Or?
No, it's a complete eye clinic. Oh. They have glasses, they have the whole thing. If you want to look into it, I'll be happy to give you. In fact, I think I have it in my pocket. The information on the.
Well, we're in pretty good shape right now, but
Yeah.
You never know.
But it's if anybody you know is doesn't have insurance, and you have to be a low income, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not. So it doesn't matter what age, they take anybody. I think it's just I think it's based on need, and you know, they examine your eyes and see what shape you're in, and then they make the determination. Well, we're off.
Well, it's
While I got this thing running, yeah, go ahead with what you're going to say. I was going to ask you to give me the names of the people, of the usual suspects I know, but now let's see. We got Josie Falbo tonight.
Josie Falbo will be singing, and Roscoe Elsie, of course. And we'll have Dave Creighton on tenor and alto sax.
Is he the guy that was with
No.
Who's the one that
Forrest Buchtel.
was with Blood, Sweat, and Tears
Forrest
for a while?
Buchtel was with his Blood, Sweat, and Tears for a while after they became famous. In other words, I think he was with the band. It was the Blood, Sweat, and Tears band, but it was maybe a few years after the big hits, you know, so there were a few of the original people left, but not all. And he replaced Lou Soloff, I think. And of course we have John Connolly on the piano, and Vince Ippolito on drums, and have I left anybody out? Chuck Arvidsson on bass.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
I think that's it. Oh, Greg Pisenko on
That's
the guitar.
right. Yeah. You know,
And this is our almost last job.
yes.
We have one more job in April. This is the last one of 1995.
Well, you know, looking at this video stuff, I find it interesting. Unfortunately, this doesn't have hi-fi stereo, but the sound is, for a video, it's okay. I mean, it's not quality of a.
What the hell? They got a bunch of squad cars, 3 big buses. There's some kind of convoy going on. It's going to come by the right side here. There you go.
I'm trying to get the
3 Keishan
focus.
buses,
Huh.
followed by
What the hell is
squad
going
cars
on?
and preceded by squad
What do
cars.
they got? A big deal coming to Chicago?
They got to be a fairly big deal to rate a police escort.
Yeah.
That was all. There's traffic now.
Oh, it's 4 o'clock.
The talks will take place near Washington starting December 27th. With Christopher, as he made the announcement, was Israeli Prime Minister Shimon Peres. He said he will seek an agreement with Syria as fast as
There's
possible.
an accident up there. Maybe that's what.
Oh, let's hope not. That could be.
Syrian territory captured by the Israelis in 1960.
I was thinking every time I see the Keishan bus, except I can't remember the show now. What's his name? Bob Keishan, who played Captain Kangaroo. I always wondered if that was his something of connected with him.
We're willing to come more their way, but we do need to get an agreement. But the Republican who heads the House Budget Committee, John Kasich, used an analogy to suggest.
Back and left a message on his machine. I said, "Jesus, it's a continuous job. Are you going to be up for it?" I know it means more money, but. So I talked to him today, and he said, "Well, I'm going to try to take it easy on a few tunes, where like some of the ballads." He says, if I don't have to play arms or whatever, I think that's where the problem is.
Well, that's.
We got to have some drums, so if you really have to get up and move around or something, maybe one of the rest others of us can, play some
Yeah.
easy ballad drums or something. I don't know if maybe Roscoe. I don't know if Roscoe played drums.
Dude, that's the one thing that with Joe Wright, he used to be able to fill in.
That was great with Joe. It was great capability.
I was thinking of the
Drum
M1
set.
immediately when you started saying that. You know, the time a couple of times where he really.
Well, if I have to,
You could do that.
I'll
Get
do
on
the
it.
M1.
Yeah,
If
right.
I have to.
Right.
But you don't get a lot of foot there and some snare, but
Yeah.
it's hard to get foot, snare, and cymbal.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And now, what about? Is there any automatic thing on it? Or John? What about John? He's pretty familiar with, but he's got play keyboard. That's right.
Yeah. Well, I thought I should have brought a drum machine. I suppose and plugged it in.
Is it? Is it Frank Amorosi that does that? Yeah. It's a good idea for just for safety if the guy doesn't show up.
I had a brief thought of it when I was talking to Vince, and then I put down the phone and I forgot it. I could have packed one.
It's not going to substitute, but it will help.
Well, it could give Vince a break of a tune or something, which
Yeah.
let him get up and stretch and whatever he has to do.
Well, I'm glad
Though maybe it will. Maybe we should just do it with one of us because otherwise we're going to get too far behind on the minutes. Pretty busy, they tell us.
Yeah, I got this 100 zoom on this thing. It's a digital. I don't have it in that mode though, but the only problem with that, this is 24 power. In the 100 power digital, it gets too modeled. You get that digital effect thing, it's not really like having a lens picture. It's got a sort of a computer look to it.
Oh, really?
I don't know if I can. I don't want
The zoom is not a
the
zoom lens?
No, it's a zoom lens. It goes 24 power. It's like a double. You can go. It's a 12 power zoom, and you can double it. And then when you put it in 100 digital, it goes into a digital mode, which is not strictly speaking like a straight lens look.
Yeah.
Up to 24, it looks pretty much like just a zoom lens. But it's a marvelous lens.
And that's what, a Panasonic?
RCA.
Well, I'm glad the weather isn't too bad. It's 26 out, which is could be a lot colder and a lot snowier.
Yeah. Yee! See, it's a head tosser.
A mile.
I brought along enough tape. I got 3 tapes. It's enough for 6 hours.
Well, the police escort didn't make it downtown any faster than we did. They're still only about a block in front of us. So, not sure how much good that does them.
Last time I did this kind of thing was with probably about 20 years ago with an 8mm camera with Bruce Nelson. I was in his van with Francois. We were coming home.
Bruce the drummer?
Yeah. I gotta call him. He was in this trio with Francois and myself.
Oh, okay.
I got some tapes of that. That was like, oh, what a crazy time that was, man.
His wife plays fiddle with Hagen pretty often.
Oh, Karen, yeah.
Karen,
We worked on at the Hilton at the Haymarket for a while, and What a strange game. We were all getting stoned.
Yeah.
We'd play. I think sometimes we'd play 20 minutes and we'd take an hour off and we'd smoke, and, you know. Oh,
Liberal break policy.
Oh, liberal. Well, I don't. We worked there for what was it, about a month or something. Weird times. 1974. Oh yeah.
Modification.
Yeah, that's just recently done. Richard and I did this health club up on right around Diversey and Diversey and Clark. It's right on Clark Street. Called Century, the Century Club. And the guy that's been one of the head maintenance guys, after 20 years, they let him go. So we got this news yesterday, you know, because it's one of the other guys that's been handling some of the clubs we do. All of a sudden, he's there, and Richard's saying, "Hey, how come Nick is here?" You know. So we find out that this guy, Ted, at first, you know, we were done with the gig and we're ready to get going. And Richard walks up to me and says, "Latest scuttlebutt from the health clubs." And I'm thinking, "Oh no, don't tell me we're gonna, you know, like we're not gonna
We're finished."
Yeah, like, and he tells me about this guy, and I said, "Well, at least so far we're still working."
So it could be better for you guys?
Well,
About the
it's
same, or-
probably about the same because we're in, fortunately, with Nick. We're, you know, everybody's happy with what we do, because and it's sort of, they don't have to bother. We're usually, everything's taken care of. We have certain days we come down every month and do the clubs on a regular basis. We're pretty much left to our own because we take care of it. But there was a point of about 3 years ago or something when Richard was taking on some extra gigs from this other guy and was kind of stretching his thing out a little bit. And I was getting kind of concerned. I was saying, you know, you better make sure you protect the health clubs.
Yeah.
And there was this one day that this Nick called him and wanted him to go out way out south to one of the clubs to do the pool, and we had just done it. Oops, yeah. And we had just done it recently, so Richard was going out on vacation. He said, "Hey, I'm leaving tomorrow for vacation." So the guy got ticked at him, and he says, "Oh, yeah," and I'll call somebody else. So he hung up or something, and Richard called back and said, I'll be out there. And so he sort of saved, I think, the relationship with this guy at that point. You know, it's like, take care of what, you know.
Yeah. What's this? Only? What the fuck? Since when did Grand become one way? I guess it is.
That's been a while. We come down here to do, we used to do Century. I mean, not Century, but the towers. We don't do that anymore. But we'll be down Monday probably doing Washington Street. There's one on Washington near Wabash. Well, get a little bit of extra here. Some of the Christmas display.
This tree looks nice.
This has got a black and white viewfinder, so I'm not seeing not getting the color
Lights for the
effect.
cars, of course.
Yeah.
Jazz club.
Kind of glad that we're hitting it right at, you know, it's still a little light out. Although this is a 1 lux, it's still.
That's great, because my camera's 25 lux.
Oh,
You can't take anything with it.
I was
unless
going to
you got a
say,
light.
man, you better get some pictures of Stevie, because, well, at least, you know, young, even if it's for him.
Oh, that's why we bought it.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to have the light on.
Yeah. Well, I got a light for this. I tried it out today. I should have used it a little bit. But then I don't want to have the thing on while you don't want to have that glaring out at. So I hope there's enough light where I won't even have to use it at all. And if I did use it, I would use it just for a brief shot or so. Well, traveling some old routes here. Navy Pier, Columbus Drive.
This is Columbus now. It's Fairbanks up there, but I'm not sure where it changes identity. It's Columbus here, though. That's interesting. It's a pretty good idea to have strobe lights on the school buses like those.
Oh yeah, right.
You can really see that. You can't ignore those.
Yeah.
Come on, you. Oh. I'll probably turn down here if you want to. So. This is the one. If everybody gets that turned straight, it'll be okay.
Oh, I see. You have to make this to get down to this level, I guess. Yeah. Boy,
Brown level.
I'm glad you know where you're going, because it's been so long since I've had to come down here and drive around here.
Yeah, if you know where you're going, this is pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you can get lost.
Oh, yeah.
Once you're down here, the streets are.
Okay, now see, this is
Easy.
not marked with Lake Street, or they don't mark the damn streets down
Yeah,
there.
isn't
See,
that
this is
something?
Lake.
Well, Prudential Plaza receiving, they're saying.
Yeah, well, fine, but this is
This is one that
actually
goes to-
Standard Oil,
Yeah.
and this is where people are going to get lost because they're not going to realize that's Lake
Yeah.
Street.
Fairmont.
This is a Standard Oil building right here. Oh boy.
Sure did. You wouldn't know it, would you?
I wonder how the fuck we're going to get. Let me see. What is all of this shit that's coming in here? There's an easier way to do this.
There must be an easier way. Somebody else says, not necessarily.
Let me see. doing us a favor.
Okay,
We're not really supposed to be coming in this way.
I see. Okay,
But
let's do it.